Well, I mean, Simmons will be the shortstop. Nobody's going to start over Simmons defensively.
But Polanco's playing second then?
I guess so.
Then Donaldson's at third? Okay. I see, I see, I see. For the sake of argument, it looks like Brian is spelled with a Y. I don't know if that even matters to you or anything.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. That matters. Sorry.
Nope, I would have spelled it with an I too. Um, what the fuck is happening with this shit? I guess it really doesn't matter. I can just put in Brian. Why would Brian Abreu come up first? I don't even know who that is. This person starts on a team.
But it may be helpful for us to look past 300 because, like I said, anybody with a good strikeout rate or high on base percentage is going to rank, higher than Gary Sanchez. I mean, they're going to get into the ranking.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that may just be for our secret, I guess.
The problem is that we still have a fuckload of pitchers that we have to figure out how we're going to deal with them.
Yeah, well, I think I'm just going to kind of freewheel that and just make a list. I don't want to go through all 200 pitchers. Yeah, like a Rolling Stone.
I think that think about it. Let me know what you think about the. We both pick a handful that we think are going to be really good, and then we look at the actual metrics and see if our presumptions are correct. We could do like, I don't know, like 40 of those or something. All of varying like tiers.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Um. Yeah, I'll think about it. I don't know. I might not even take a starting pitcher in the draft, really, because yeah, I might just take like 26 hitters and then decide later.
goddamn,
Really.
goddamn 20 relief pitchers or some shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we need middle relievers in our league because of holds and the ratios. Like Pedro Baez is not listed, on any ranking, and he's like one of the best middle relievers in baseball.
Right.
So of course I want him.
Right.
So,
So what you're saying is after the draft, there's going to be some finagling.
yeah.
Um, what was I going to say? Well, and I feel like also Zach Gallen is ranked as one of the top end pitchers, but I feel like he has every bit as capable as being really, really, really good as being really, really, really bad. And I feel like there's a bunch of pitchers that could be Zach Gallen. You know what I mean?
I don't agree with that.
You don't
assessment.
think you think Zach Gallen is top tier?
I think he's pretty good. He's never been really bad.
So like, okay,
So-
let me give you another instance. Sixto Sanchez, is he good or is he bad? Eye test says
awesome.
he's very, very, very good, but his numbers ended up being good. Now, do we say that as he gets older, he gets that electric stuff, handles it better, that he's gonna be, a top tier pick? Maybe. Maybe he throws out his arm. Maybe he's hurt all the time like fucking Steven Strasburg. I don't fucking know.
Admittedly, rating and projecting pitchers is tough.
So let me give you another instance. Tyler Glasnow, is he good or is he bad? He's got fucking insane pitches, just mind blowing. But he pitches 5 innings and he ends up with like a 4-point ERA. So like, there's a different. I think in fantasy, there's a difference between being good and having good statistics. Like, I want Sixto Sanchez and fucking, the guy from Tampa Bay I just mentioned, Glasnow, on every one of my real baseball teams because they have the most incredible ability. But does that necessarily transfer into who has the best ERA? Because fantasy is independent of situation, and so are statistics in some ways, situations, things like that. The actual game itself, the game within the game. So I don't know.
My argument with Gallon is his changeup. He's already got that second pitch. Like it's not his second pitch; it's his first pitch, and it's probably the best changeup for any starter in baseball. And he can throw it for a strike in any count, anytime. It's a very reliable pitch. It's not like a curveball where if it's flat one day, if he can't throw it over the plate, he's very consistent at throwing it for a strike, and he can get his fastball in the mid-90s. So I'm not really too worried about Zach Gallen in terms of his stuff.
I was just using it as an example, right? Because
Yeah, I mean,
2020, you got
I guess
Zach Davies with a 2.73, Zach Wheeler with a 2.92, Marco Gonzalez with a 3.10, Antonio Sanzatella 3.44. I guess my point overall is that there's potential for people to break out that aren't going to get drafted. And it's more about identifying that, and that, like Dylan Bundy for the first month of last season. Anyway, go ahead.
No, I'm done.
Zach Gallen is good. But I just think that there's equal opportunity for him to maybe not be so good. But you have more insight than I do because you had him. You probably watched him. Probably heard conversation about him, right?
I just think that his makeup and his repertoire fits consistency, and that's what he's shown. He's not like he throws 100 miles an hour with a nasty curveball, and one day he's, really, really bad. I mean, he's pretty much the same pitcher. I mean, he's had bad starts, but he's pretty much the same from start to start.
I guess
so. I think he's a little different than the others.
I guess in terms of comparisons to the other two people I mentioned, they're very dependent on their electric stuff. But
they've got to get the fastball over the plate, and if they don't, it's a bad day.
Yeah. All right, so Brian Reynolds is going to be hard to characterize, I think, because he hit 314 in 2019 and hit 189 last season. So,
like a lot of people.
I imagine that almost all of his worth is embedded with average. So, do we think he hits 285 or less? Or more?
Well, we're looking at two totally different players again.
Uh-huh.
So, looking at the change in pitches, the pitch graph from 19 to 20, it didn't really change. It hardly moved. So I guess the problem was him. Launch angle went down, but exit velocity went up. Strikeout percentage. No. Exit velocity, yeah. Strikeout percentage went up. Walk percentage went up. But it was, also a very small sample size, 185 at bats. So
there's some metrics that went down, but I don't know if they went down enough for him to lose 100.
Yeah, the metrics,
30 points of average or something.
The metrics probably weren't in his favor to begin with because he's not a power hitter really. But yeah, I don't see a whole lot. I mean, even if we're looking at his good year, I don't see a whole lot here. He had 37 doubles, which doesn't really help us all that much. Maybe slogging a little, but
yeah, he's not. I don't know. He's probably a 4 or 5 average. I don't think he fucking tanks the ship like he did last year.
He's the 4 crew.
Okay. On base percentage.
Too much. Yeah.
He's probably, let's see, 63 points between his batting average and on base percentage. So if we expect him to be 250, that puts him in the 3 category. You know?
He was 32nd percentile, so that's perfect.
Slugging difference between 357 the year before he was 503. His expected was 470 and 399. Man, last year was a very, very bad year for the young man. But his slugging should have been better, a lot better than last year. And if he's getting more hits, his slugging is going up. Do we think he's above average or below average? 450 or below?
Below.
Okay, let's call that a 3. He had 16 home runs in his good year, 7 last year. So probably about 15 to 20.
20?
I think you could. So 14 in 110 games. Probably closer to 15, I guess.
Yeah, because he's got 20 more doubles and homers in his career.
All right.
So that's what, a 2?
Yeah, about that. Struck out a lot last season. Like a 3. He could be like a 4, but he's a 3. He has 4 stolen bases in his career. He's 4 of 7 total. It's not particularly good. If you're feeling nice, you can give him a 2, I suppose.
Pretty fast. He could pop up one week and steal 4 or 5 out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Not out of the question.
So he had 83 runs with Josh Bell in the lineup. Now they have Colin Moran. They had last year, but I mean, this is like all they have now.
Hayes.
Brian Hayes. It's not going to be. I mean, I guess it's going to be like 75 just for the mere fact that he's batting where he's batting.
What's 4?
Yeah, RBIs are going to be less than that. You could give him a 3, I guess, for that. 24.
Not a terribly exciting player.
No, if he could use his speed and get on more, I guess you could say that for literally every player in the major league. So I don't know. Not Miguel Cabrera.
Not Joey Votto.
Joey Votto does do those things. He's just a waste of fucking air space. Victor Reyes, another not. I was gonna say not particularly exciting player, but he's got some interestingly decent metrics, and then the walk rate is bad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you, but I'm not exactly jumping up and down for a 275 average with 4 home runs and 14 RBIs, but the stolen bases are okay.
Yeah, I picked him up last year, and he promptly fell off the edge of the earth.
Yeah, the walk rate is bad. I mean, he has a career 3.9% walk rate. It's really bad.
Yeah.
Batting average will be like a 5, I guess. Let's see what his other years look like. He batted 304 in 2019, but the walk rate doesn't exactly instill confidence that he is capable of doing that again. On base percentage, he has a lifetime 300. Dude, you might just give this motherfucker a 2. I don't even care that's 300. He just doesn't walk for shit. And if he has a bad average season, it's just going to tank. There's no... He's like the fat kid in the pool who never learned how to swim and isn't wearing floaties. Yeah, he could swim to the top, but he doesn't have any safety net, so... Maybe he can get on his back. Give him a 2 for on base percentage. Fuck this guy.
I think he's a 3.
Look at him.
Because his average is going to...
Well, my argument here was that let's say he doesn't hit 275, then there's no way he's having like a 300 on base percentage. It just doesn't walk.
But we're projecting him to 275.
I'm just in terms of consistency, he would have to something that I don't even feel strongly about him hitting 275, but I'm not going to argue with you between a 3 and a 2. I might just be burning bridges here, but give him a 3. That's fine. His slugging fucking sucks anyway, so it's also a 3.
Mm,
375. Are you saying less than 3? Or are you saying more than 3?
hold on.
Hold on, okay.
Yeah, his expected slugging last year was 54th percentile. So he was hitting the ball hard more often than not.
It ended up being 391 actual.
And he's pretty fast.
I don't.
And 2019 was, let's see, it was a better slugging and a better expected slugging. No, worse expected slugging. Never mind. Means he's improving. I'll give him a 3 and keep an eye on him for my sake.
Well, I will not be picking up this player, so he's all yours. He had 8 home runs in 3 years, and a total of 226 games. So,
Yeah, he's a doubles hitter if anything. 28 doubles and 8 home runs. So he's probably 1 or well maybe 2.
I think he's a 1. I think he's a 1. Strikes out at about league average.
That's 4.
Stolen bases, he does have 51 in 226 games. That's nice.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did I say 51? 26. 26 and 200.
Same thing.
No, not nearly. He's like, he could do
Probably
steal 20.
Yeah, I think it's probably a 5.
It's pretty good. Runs, he is in a totally horseshit lineup. Let's see where he's going to hit. They don't have him starting.
Start.
He's in Detroit, right?
There's nobody going to start in front of him.
Robbie Grossman, Nomar Mazara, Jacoby Jones is what they have.
Mazara should. Well, I was going to say DH, but he can't be because that's Cabrera.
Renato Nunez is at first as well.
I would take Reyes over.
Mazara is going to have harsh lefty-righty splits.
Yeah, he's definitely a platoon. So is Grossman. So Reyes is going to split time. So, but we I don't give him a 1 for RBIs and runs. I guess he's not playing.
Yeah, it's not going to be great. The stolen bases probably go down too, but we could throw him a bone. I don't know.
Can't knock down the home runs. He's already
He's already at a 1.
already done that.
Yeah. 21. It's like another instance where why are you just holding up potentially young talent, which I don't even think Victor Reyes is all that great of a player or anything, but why are we still playing Robbie Grossman on a team that's terrible and will go nowhere? You know, like I just don't see the purpose.
Yeah, Grossman is over 30, and signing him does nothing. It doesn't do anything for your future. It doesn't do anything now. It's just a pointless move.
It's like signing Jim Tomei today on a 10-win team or something. Like, what's the fuck? Unless you think like somebody wants to go see the circus or something.
Well, at least Tomei can sell tickets. Robbie Grossman's not going to sell any tickets.
You're telling me there's no one out there with Robbie Grossman jerseys?
Almost bought one last year, but I declined.
I just want to go to Detroit and wear a Rex Grossman jersey and throw him for a loop. Franmil Reyes has never stolen a base in his entire career.
You skipped over like 6 categories already.
Well, that's okay because I'm going to give him a 0.
Are you sure?
Yep. Mm-hmm. So I drafted
Okay.
Franmil Reyes last year. Seems like he could have been a
Mm.
relatively decent pick, and he was not really.
His numbers look pretty much the same from 20 to 19.
Maybe I
Very
was
little
just
difference.
down on him. I don't know, but I didn't feel great. Um, do we think he's probably a 4 or 5 in average, but he lifetime is over. Well,
He strikes out a lot.
he strikes out a whole
So,
lot. 4?
so, yeah.
Maybe it just felt bad because I didn't get like 30 home runs in a shortened season. I don't know. When you see 9, you're just like, eh. Base 344 last year, 326 lifetime, 3. Slugging. 450 last year, 495 lifetime. He's never hit under 450 slugging. And has hit over 500 once, twice, once.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably like between a 4 and a 5. Home runs, he's hitting 30. I think that's a certainty.
For certain, but is that a 5 or 6?
Well, it's basically his only tool. So, you want to give him a 6? I tend to think that he could hit like 35. You could definitely do it. Strikeout. It's a 3. We've already done stolen bases. He's slow as shit. Runs, he had 27, 26, 43, 69, 36. Actually, just 27, 69, 36. Doesn't score a lot because he's slow. He's not actually as slow as I thought he would be, but he's slow. Do we think like 60 runs? 60 between 60 and 75?
Yeah, that sounds okay.
That's a 3. He had 34 RBIs last season, which gets him close, like 85 to 100 probably.
How about the year before? We had 27 homers and 46 RBIs.
No, that's split, right?
Well, still in San Diego, 27 and 46. So,
He actually had 81 RBIs though, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So between 70 and 85. My man's hitting a lot of solo shots out. Cha. That would have been a 4. 7, 10, 16, 21, 25, 27. Wait. 7, 12, 18, 21, 24, 28. 7, 10, 16, 15. I can't count with shit. 28. It's fine. If you're drafting Buster Posey, I think you're probably going to be in for disappointment.
Well, some people might be in 2-catcher leagues, so they might need him.
If you're in a 2-catcher league, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Yeah, this man is... He is a shell.
Well, he's 14th on the ESPN catcher rankings, so that's pretty bad.
Yeah, and
Gary Sanchez is 7th, so that tells
goddamn
you something.
Louis Anderson's 15th or something. I know they're just picking people off the goddamn street. He's a good framer, so that's a positive.
He's probably not going to play very much, so we'll just go with this. He's going to bat 250, I think.
Yeah. You might just, like, copy and paste his goddamn 2019 season and just say he'll do it again. Honestly.
Pretty much.
Like 38 RBIs, yeah, I could see it. Definitely less than
Yeah.
50. It's going to be gross. It's just not competitive. And when's the last time he had a stolen base? 2018. How was he an All-Star in 2018? Is this just voting on, like... He actually
a thin
had
position.
47 runs and 41 RBIs, and he made the fucking All-Star game.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck are you guys doing? People at home, what are you doing?
They're listening to us. To you, and I'm here tagging along.
No, we keep each other in check. This is a very important tandem that we got going. Oh, he's like,
Career,
oh, he actually steals bases, kind of, or at least has in the past. I don't know. It's been 2 years since he stole one.
no, he's the one there. I'm not believing he's going to steal any bases.
His strikeout numbers are good.
He doesn't play.
What?
16% last year. I said because he doesn't play. 16%, 2019. Other than that, he's elite. Yeah, you're right. So
8.3 one season. How about that?
he's probably a 7.
Well, throw the dog a fucking bone, I guess.
It's going to make his rating higher than it should be, but that's all right.
Look at this fucking home run shit. 7, 5, 12, 14, 19, 22, 15, 24, 4. He's literally worse than fucking Joe Mauer. I would rather have Joe Mauer. Not playing at first base, though. Oh, he's like a fucking 2 for home runs. Like, I don't know. Like, he could hit 10, I guess. He could hit fucking 7 like he did goddamn 2019. .368 slugging. Yeah, that's about right. I just don't think like it's even worth looking at past stats for this man because he's just dead. I feel like he's the fucking lobster going into the boiling pot. He's just screaming and hanging onto the sides, hoping he doesn't fucking meet his end, but he's just dead. And now for AJ Pollock.
Oh, he's 21, so he's not dead last.
Who?
Was he?
21 for what? Oh, 21 overall? I didn't even count his numbers because I was too busy talking shit about him. I would take him over AJ what is his name? Alfaro? Jorge. I got it. I got this.
Yeah, it helps to have a player who's playing in games who doesn't strike out. I mean, they'll win you one category there. So
I mean, like,
Alfaro can do that.
But the problem with Posey is like he's like as valuable. Like, so let's say you played 7 games in a week, or you have a head-to-head matchup where you play 7 games, which probably wouldn't have you play more around 5, right? But he's almost as valuable in the game as he is not even fucking playing, right? Like if he takes a sit day, you're like, well, he didn't strike out, but then like when he plays, he didn't strike out. So what the fuck?
He might score a run.
Yeah. Well, what did you say the other day? I might take a 40-foot turd, or I've done it once, but doesn't mean I'm going to do it every day.
That's true.
AJ Pollock, I kind of got a spot for AJ Pollock. Although his walks look like they're pretty bad.
Do the Dodgers have a spot for AJ Pollock?
I don't know. Yes, he was in a platoon last year, I think.
They kind of do what they want, so it's hard to say. Nobody's really safe except Mookie Betts and Corey Seager.
They have him slotted in batting 7th. Betts, Bellinger, Pollock look like the outfield.
I forgot about Bellinger, yeah. He's safe too, I guess.
For the time being. I would think that he'd hit between 265 and like 285 probably. So I'd say like a 5 for Pollock. Do you agree with that? I think he's pretty solid for that.
Yeah, he's okay.
A career .335 on base percentage, does not walk, whole lot other than one season. He's probably like a 3. Has been pretty consistently that. 566 slugging last year, 474 overall. That's a pretty big drop off, but you're not exactly mad with a 477. Yeah, he's been between 450 and 500 pretty much his entire career, and it's kind of been leaning more towards the 500.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a pretty safe, 5 or so, 4-5. That's nice. Good for you, AJ. He hit 16 home runs last year. Holy shit! That's like 40 home runs he would have hit last year.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? I don't think he's not that guy.
I'll project 20.
Okay, so 3 or 4. About league average with strikeouts, and he's been better than that previously, but he's a 4. Stolen bases, 2, 5, 13, 20. I'm thinking the years of 13 are over, but he could do like 5. 5 seems about right.
He can still run.
What's his
still fast.
sprint speed here? He is still fast, yeah. Will he run though?
I think in a full season, 10. I mean, the year he had 5, he had 342 at bats. So I think
Okay.
10 is
Okay,
pretty safe.
it's like a 3. Average 93 runs in 162 games. He would have had like 75 last year. Had 82, 106, 113. It seems like runs are kind of his game. Mookie is kind of right there at 1 when he's at 7.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think like 85 runs?
It's going to be hard to do from the 7 hole, but possible.
It could be like 75. You want to go with like 4?
Mm-hmm.
I think the RBIs will be less than that. I don't know. He had a pretty decent year last year, 68. He would have had like 80 some. I don't expect that though.
4, I think.
Okay, it's a deep lineup, so I can see it. 8, 11, 15, 19, 24, 29, 32. That's a nice player to get, possibly. I think I had him on my team last year. Jorge Polanco.
He's probably going to be in a platoon.
With Arias.
And or Simmons. However they want to do it.
There's no way that Simmons doesn't play every day.
Yeah, he's as long as he's healthy, because his defense outweighs Polanco and Arias put together.
I mean, he's like a black hole. He just sucks everything into him. Like, how are you...
And Polanco sucks. So
Hey, don't...
had his steroid year, and then that was it.
That's all she wrote. So 278 in 7 seasons, 258 last season. Where do you think he lands?
Well, he juiced and he got suspended, so I don't even. It's hard to say. It's like we're grading Robinson Cano from last year. I mean, I don't know what the real Polanco looks like.
Was it last year that he got caught? Is that what you're saying? I don't remember.
I believe it was 2018, and then in 2019 he came back with a good year, but I don't. It's hard to say what's what with him.
He's probably a safe 5, I think. 4, 5, 5. Yeah, it's hard to know. But there is something in the water in Minnesota, so it might just be steroids. His on base
There's something in his
percentage
water for sure.
never been particularly great. His walk percentage is never particularly great. It looks like a 3.
He's going to slug about 400.
Is that a 3 as well then?
Mm-hmm.
Homers. He had that season where he had 22, but he doesn't really look like he's probably that guy.
I don't think he is.
He's probably 12 to 15. Two territory, I guess. Ugh. His strikeout numbers are good, though.
Yeah, that's a 5. That is a 5.
Stolen bases. 4, 4, 7, 13, 4, 1. 33 in 500 games. 2. Pretty good lineup, but he would have had like, I don't know, 50 some runs last season if it was a full season. When he had 107 the year before. Dude, fucking, I don't know. Where's he going to hit in the lineup? And he could be splitting time, as Mark mentioned.
Yeah. Probably give him a 2 or 3 and runs and RBIs because I don't know if he's going to play.
Yeah, they don't have him projected to even start. They have a Jolton Simmons at short and a Reyes at second, and they don't have anywhere for Polanco. All right, 4, 6, 11, 13, 16, 19, 24. So I feel like Tommy Pham should be, like, on paper, like a discount top of the, like a discount top tier player, right? Where he does a little bit of everything, but just to a lesser degree. And what I got last year was just a guy who's hurt all the fucking time and doesn't do shit. 12 RBIs, 3 home runs is what I got last year. The unfortunate thing is I can't, you can't hold grudges in fantasy baseball. Just doesn't work.
Oh, you can.
You can, but it won't work. Like, look at some of the numbers though. He should be like a discount, give you everything kind of player, and he just was not for me last year. Very sad. Hurt a lot last year, so I don't know how much we can kind of take that in consideration. He's probably like a 275 hitter, I would think, if he's healthy. I don't really see a lot higher than that. I don't see a lot lower than that. I think that's probably safe. Over his career, he's a 369 on base percentage. He had exactly that in 2019. 367, 411, 324, 347. Yeah, I'm thinking he's like a 4 for on base percentage. Slugging in his career, he's a 463, but let's throwing out last year's 450, 464, 520, 440, 477. Probably yet another 4. I think he's about 450. Home runs, we got 321 20, I'm sorry, 321 21 23 95. 3, about 20 home runs possible. If he's hitting 25, you're really happy.
Yeah, he's more of a double sitter.
I think he could hit 20 though. You don't think he can hit 20?
He
21,
has
21, 21, 23 in the years that he was healthy.
Yeah, I think he can hit 20. 4, 3.
3. Strikeout numbers are weird. Good, not as good, average, horrific. that 38.8 kind of raises. I think he's probably more towards the league average, but that 38.8 really probably throws a wrench in his career line. But he's like a 3-4. Stolen bases 625, 1525. His sprint speed is 84. It's pretty good. Do you think he steals 15 or more bases this year?
Oh, well, I think 25.
Oh, so you think if he's healthy,
No problem.
he's running? Oh, San Diego, yeah.
They're going to run all over him. They're going to run a lot.
Is it like 5, 6? I don't really know.
Yeah,
What we
I'd
had.
give him a 6.
Good lineup. He'll be hitting near the top of. Let's see. They have him hitting 5th. I don't know if that's really utilizing his talents the best, but okay. Behind. That was very loud in my ears. Myers, Cronenworth, Nola behind him. They have him projected for 77 runs. I think it's probably more in like the 60 to 75 category. I don't know. So either 3 or 4.
I think he could. I think he'll pass 80.
You think he'll pass 80 with? Well, Myers is good, but Cronenworth and Nola.
They're both pretty good too.
Okay. 4 or 5. It's a 5 if you think it's over 85.
We'll say 4.
Okay. RBIs, he has Hosmer, Machado, Tatis, and Grisham in front of him. You think that they're all probably going to do quite well.
Yeah, it should get to 80 pretty easily.
So 4 or 5. So exactly kind of what I was talking about. Tommy Pham should have been 15, 18, 21, 25, 29, 33. He should be like the perfect candidate to get in the middle rounds, and he just was not very good last year. And why, I don't know. He's got all the makeup. Yeah, he's got eyeshadow, he's got lipstick, he's got it all. He's got the whole makeup.
Clever.
Hardly. Hardy har har. David Peralta doesn't look to have much power. He had 34 RBIs last season, though. Batted 300. 291 average over his career. It's like I guess he's like a 5 or a 6. What do you think?
Yeah, you're right.
Give me a second here. I gotta look at his on-base percentage numbers. Oh, dude, my fucking back is killing me. Ugh. All right, let's see here. On base 339 last year, 346, so pretty consistently below 350. I gotta go get the cat. She's whining at me. Come on in. Just waltzing your way in here, huh? Come on up here. So do you have him as a 3 or a 4?
3.
Okay.
Don't want much.
Did you go under the bed? Shit. Slugging, pretty bad. Well, he had 475 over his career. Last year was not very good. Let's see, he's got 433, 461, 516 rather, 444, 433, 522, 450. I don't really see him returning to this 500 form. He's probably about average or below average. Home runs, he had 5 last season. He's had 5, 12, 30, 14, 4, 17, 8. Somewhere between 15 and 20 is probably fair, even though he was not on pace to do that last season, but his slugging was a bit down. So probably like a 3. Yeah. Just about league average, a little bit below for strikeouts. He could be somewhere between a 4 and a 5, probably a 4. Stolen bases, 30 in his career, 1 last year, 0 the year before that. What's his sprint speed here? 56. He's probably like a 1 or a 2. Runs. In his career at 1948, 75, 82, 23, 61, 40. That lineup isn't looking particularly imposing in 2021. 38. I don't know. His run numbers would have been totally ass last year.
Yeah, my brother doesn't get on base very much, so yeah, I'm saying about 60 to 70.
So 3.
Not a great lineup either.
Yeah. RBIs, the projected amount for him is 70. Kettle Marte will probably get on, but I don't know on the other side about the pitcher and Tim LeCastro and Dalton Varsho and
Yeah, about 75 maybe.
I would probably lean towards a 3 on that as well. Hey, Cat. Hey, how you doing? 6, 7, 11, 14, 18, 21, 26. Ooh, the new look Jock Peterson, baby. He's got a new home. He's kind of been raking in spring training.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan.
Nor me. But, hey. There's someone apparently in the major leagues named Tiger Peterson, which is a pretty fucking cool name. With a Y. Tiger. He had 16 RBIs last season. What? Don't be looking in the toilet. Come here. All right. Ace velocity looks good. That's about it. He hit 190 last season. He's a 230 hitter over his career.
Is he going to be in a platoon?
I don't know. Who would he platoon
Should be.
with?
Fucking body.
What?
Body.
Let's look at Cubs projected lineup. I haven't done that today, have I? Or did I? I don't remember. They have him batting 5th.
Oh God.
Yeah. Happ, Rizzo, Bryant, Contreras, Peterson, Baez, Hayward, Horner.
So if you look at 2020, he had 10 plate appearances versus lefties. 2019, he had 50 versus 464. 2018, 57, 386. He's hardly faced lefties at all. 268 to 55 the year before. So he's been in a platoon his whole career. So if they're planning on playing him every day, it could get really ugly really fast.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Mark. It's pretty ugly. It's pretty ugly anyway.
Yeah, it's pretty ugly already. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
I mean, he's for 7 years he's been in a platoon and he's batted 230. So, what do you want to know? He's awful.
He's strong though.
He should not be starting on a major league team.
Oh, I believe that they just paid him a lot of money to. I gotta see what this crazy cat's doing. I think she's in my fucking tub. What are you doing? Get out of my tub. Last time you were in a tub, you took a shit in it. Wanna come sit with me? I sound like a yes. Come on. Hey. No wiggling. Ugh. Let me get my headset and I can start petting you. Jesus. Yeah, it's like a 2 or a 3. Oh, you
There
hanging
might
on there?
there might not be a player that I like less than Jock Peterson. Like he kind of makes me mad.
That, like, we're sitting here unemployed and Jock Peterson's making millions of dollars.
No, you're not unemployed.
I'm not gainfully employed.
Or it's gainful. $25 an hour is pretty gainful. So in his career, he's had 1,800 at bats versus righties, 345 against lefties. It's 5-1, almost.
I don't know who
Career
else they
against
have.
righties, he has an 8.
I don't know
His
who they
career
have.
against righties, he's a 238 hitter against righties. It's really, really bad. So I don't know. I hope they find somebody because this guy ain't gonna get it.
Okay, let's see. They
all
have
right,
Cameron
so-
Maben on the roster.
That'll work. That's fine.
Martini, Ortega, Hermos, something.
It's fine.
Your stance is anybody other than Jock fuck Peterson, I guess.
Anybody. I mean, he can pop some home runs against righties, but that is strictly all. So for batting average, I guess he's gonna play every day. So his career is 230.
It's gonna be less
And
than that.
let's see. Hold on. His
Oh.
career. I mean, it's hard for me to do the math in my head, but if you like double his at bats versus lefties, it's going to be under 215.
So he's like a 1.
Yeah.
And I imagine his on base percentage will be ass. Last season it was 285. He
Yeah.
walked pretty well at the beginning of his career, but hasn't really been exceptional and pretty much average, but his average is terrible. So he's like if you expect him to hit 215, he's a 2. Like, no question.
A 2?
And if you expect him to hit 215, right, then he is a 2. Well, no, maybe not. 25. Never mind. He's a 3. I actually couldn't believe that 190 or whatever was actually worse than what we were projecting him. 185.
Wait, where's the 3 coming from?
That's it. Okay. So a 2 is less than 300 on base percentage,
Right, which is what he's going to get.
which is what I said. And then you were like, a 2? And then I said, well, maybe a 3. And then you
I was
said,
thinking
"A 3."
1.
Oh. I think he could be worse, actually.
Yeah, because so here's the deal: either he's going to play every day against lefties, and his numbers are going to tank, or he's going to platoon and he won't fucking matter. I'm assuming he's going to play every day against lefties, so all these numbers are going to drop, and they're already pretty bad.
All right,
So,
hit him with a 1. Hit him with a 1. But so he hit 190 last season, which we project he will
Yeah.
hit 215, right? You said less than 215, I guess.
less than 215. 190's fine.
Okay.
1, whatever it is,
Then yeah, it's a 1.
completely useless.
Okay. Slugging, he had 397 last year, which is like a 3 or 2. He does have power, so.
He's a 310 against lefties in his career. So project under 400.
So 2. Home runs, he has hit 36, 25, 11, 25, 26 in platoons. He hit 7 last year.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
He's gonna be out there, and I imagine trying to hit the ball hard, at the very least.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He's probably
That's what he does.
30, 35. Yeah. Strikeouts, I imagine he's shit, but I don't know that for sure.
Yes, he is.
Um, Definitely have seen a lot worse, and has had decent, but he's probably a 3.
Um, hold on.
I mean, we've been giving people with the 30% too. Oh my
He's
god!
a different order.
Leave the calculator out.
Hold
Oh
on.
my god!
Turn your input down.
Well, I didn't know you were gonna do it. Hold on.
It must be extremely sensitive because I can barely hear it myself.
Maybe it's just my fucking ears that are extremely sensitive. Oh.
So he's 29%. He's got a 29% strikeout rate against lefties in his career. So I guess he qualifies for a 3.
Okay.
I don't want to give him a 3 though.
I know you don't.
Got to be a way to. There's got to be a way to get this down. All right, he's 3.
Stolen bases. He has 17 in 7 years. He's good for 1 a year. It looks like.
17 out of 35.
He's just completely fucking useless as a baseball player. Only the Cubs would pay this man. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, he was an 11th round pick. Like, there's nothing special about him. Why does he stay around? Because he can hit from power.
Terrible.
It's
terrible.
He's gonna hit 5th. Is that what we said? Yeah.
So, yeah, I think so.
They projected him to have 74 runs. What makes them believe this? I'm not entirely sure. So it's either
I'd say in the
3, like 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
RBIs, he had 16 last year, 74, 56. I'd say he's probably about the same 3. He's going to hit a lot of solo shots. Six, 7, 10, 15, 17, 18, 19. He manages not to be the worst player in our ranking by not being a catcher and not being really, really bad. Like who's worse? Is Jonathan Villar's worse?
Yeah. No, VR is just not playing every day.
That's a
But
good point.
he would, if he were, he'd get a ton of steals and he would have some value. Peterson is playing every day and still doesn't have any value. So.
So Ohtani still only has DH eligibility, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're yelling at me again. Shut up. You want out? Why do you even come in then? Jeez. You just want the door open? You want options? Okay. Oh, fuck me. Okay, we're making good progress. Ohtani. What are we saying about Ohtani, Mark? What are our feelings? He was bad last year.
Well, he also had Tommy John surgery, so he was really good. He's a really good hitter, but it's going to be limited, of course.
I think he's starting the year pitching. So,
I mean, he'll hit. He was hitting last year, so he's going to hit as long as he's not pitching. Just he's not going to hit every day because he can't hit and pitch at the same time in that American League.
that's a rule.
So, well, they used the DH, so he can't be the DH and the pitcher.
Okay.
But I believe. I mean, I think. Well, I think they can take the DH away, but I don't think they
Couldn't
want
he
to.
just
I don't know.
DH and be the pitcher?
No, those are two different. I'm pretty sure he doesn't hit on the days he pitches.
Okay. He's like a 285 hitter, other than last year, according to his other major league stats.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, and he had. Yeah.
On base percentage career was 340, but in his good years he was 343, 361. He's like a 3-4. Let me look at actually the walk rate. Walk rate's pretty good. I'd probably tend to like a 4.
Hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. Slugging, 366 last year, 503 career. Yeah, I mean, you can only go off of the other 2 years and think that those are going to be about right. So I don't know. It's a 5. He's a good player, obviously.
He's got big power.
22 and 18 home runs in his other 2 seasons, but those were only in about 100 games. Probably could get to the 30 home run thresh mark if he can stay healthy. Probably want to project him around the 25, though, I guess.
I don't know if he's going to hit enough. And he's not going to get enough at bats, but
right.
Yeah, 4.
Mm-hmm. Strikeout numbers, pretty high. 3.
It's 3.
He has good speed. 7 of 8, 12 of 15, 10 of 14. He would have had like, I don't know, over 15 stolen bases last year.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got pretty good speed. We're going to give him like a 4. He had 59 and 51 runs. I think he could get, I don't know, the amount of at-bats will be a question and health will be another question. But I think
there's nothing wrong with his legs.
Right.
It's his arm that's.
But he still didn't play full seasons in his other 2019 and 2018. Only 100 games, about.
Hitting. It's not counting his pitching.
But I'm talking about hitting stats, though. So.
Right. Well, I mean, he's not playing part-time because of his health, other than last year, is what I'm saying.
So are you saying he had like... He would have had like 56 starts. Is that right?
Well, we can check on this.
I suppose it doesn't matter anyway, because if he continues to do that pitch and hit, then the numbers are going to be the same.
So he didn't pitch at all in 2019. So that was a hitting year.
So he was injured otherwise then, right?
Yeah.
Like 56 games?
Yeah, I don't know what the injury was. Hold on. It was elbow, arm.
Yeah. I think we can expect 60 runs, 60 RBIs as a safe floor. He had 61, 62 RBIs, 59, 51 runs. I'll give him a little boost on that. He's got good speed. I think it's just kind of safe, and that's kind of what he's been showing us. So that's what we'll grade out as.
2.
I said 3 and 3. I think he can do 60 runs. 6, 10, 13, 17, 22, 26, 31. Still grades out great, even though his counting stats are a question. So.
And he's probably more valuable than this in a weekly head-to-head because, you know, you're not necessarily looking at the long term, just like this week. And this week he could get a lot of runs on RBIs. Maybe not over full season, but
Right.
and you can manage. He's going to hit on this day and he's going to pitch on this day, so you can work all that out. So he probably comes out to be much more valuable than a 31, along with his pitching.
Yeah, you're getting a lot with him. Tyler O'Neill is really fucking fast.
Yep.
And he doesn't get a great jump on balls, but he's so fucking fast it doesn't matter. It gives him a Gold Glove. The numbers aren't particularly encouraging, however. I think he's a 4 for average. 254, 262, although last year was just kind of like a wheels fucking fell off year. But I think he'll probably be serviceable, especially with his fucking speed. His on-base percentage, walks have been not very good except for last year, but he batted 193 last year, so probably a 3.
His expected on base last year was 9th percentile. Last year.
So pretty fucking bad.
Yeah. I think his average will come back up, but his on base really won't change very much. So.
I said, yeah, like a 2 for on base. 3, and what do we have for average?
3.
Do you think he'll bat under 250?
Yeah.
He hasn't done it other than last year. It's 254, 262. I don't know if his speed does him a lot of favors or something, but all right, 3's fine.
I was being generous with a 3.
Really? You think he's going to be that bad? I don't know a whole lot about this player, so.
His career is 229, so.
Well,
I mean,
it's deceiving.
all that's holding him up is.
It's deceiving because he had 50 games where he batted 173. It's a really bad year. The other 2 years were 262 and 254 in about the same game range. So he basically had a third of his career, which is like a third of a season, where he had absolutely nothing. And it just was terrible.
His career expected is 206.
All right. 3 is fine. So is his speed just bailing him out, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah.
Slugging
was pretty useless.
360, 422. 360, 411, 500. But if you don't hit the ball, it's pretty hard to do these things. So he's like a... You think he's like a 2? I don't know. Let's look at his career expected slugging, I guess. 402. So he's kind of like walking the line of a 2-3. I'm sure you're, gonna say the lesser. 759, but those were all basically third of seasons.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
yep.
Do you think like 15 to 20? This is just so gross.
Yeah, his exit velocity has actually decreased each year, so 15 maybe.
Tyler.
I mean, I think he's a pretty big, strong athlete, but it's not translating. So yeah, maybe.
Is he
15.
the one whose dad was a power lifter or
bodybuilder? Yeah.
So it's like a 2 or 3
for home runs.
Yeah.
Maybe a 3.
Okay. Strikeouts are really, 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 really bad.
Yeah, that's a 1.
Oh God, Tyler, why are you being rated? He has 99th percentile speed and had 3 stolen bases last year, 6 in his career. He's so fast though.
Did you see the video of the guy who tried to steal on Yadier Molina?
Didn't he tell him to go steal and then he threw him out anyway?
Right. Right. The guy was like, "You can't throw me out," and Yadi's like, "Well, try it," and then he threw him out by like 10 feet.
And he's like, okay, go back. Give the poor kid
Yeah.
3. I feel bad. He's terrible. He's very fast.
Or
Stolen bases.
yeah, it's hard. 99th percentile. It's hard to.
You think just by
Ricky
accident
Brittle.
they just tell the motherfucker go run, like some.
Yeah, I
fucking-
mean he could face a bad catcher or knuckleballer or something one day and steal like 5 in one game. So
It could be like 2-2 for fucking runs and RBIs. He had 20 runs last year and 19 RBIs. And
he's probably going to lose his job too because
where's
St. Louis
Harrison
is bad, but
Bader?
they're not that bad. He's still playing,
With
still
them?
starting as far as I know. I believe. I think he's a starting center fielder.
St. Louis projected lineup. What do we got? Yep, he's still there. Man, their outfield is something. Carlson, O'Neill, Bader. It's like a lot of young talent that's got a whole lot to prove. 8, 11, 13, 15, 18.
Is that all? Are you done? I was waiting on you to keep
That's
going.
it. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah. I don't want to fucking do any more fucking catchers. God damn it.
Well, we basically got 3 options. I mean, there's Smith and Perez and Real Muto, and it's
That's
just
it.
bad after
That's
that.
just it. Yeah. I might be.
We have to
willing
find a 4th.
go all in.
Darno.
Oh yeah, there you go. What's his first name? Austin. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, then look at this. This is okay. It's a shame that like New Orleans. Actually, he's from LSU. I was gonna say it's a shame that New Orleans doesn't have a team because he'd make big money off the NOLA shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look at this guy. Not too shabby. Like a 270 hitter.
Yeah.
We take 270. Dude, you could have fucking Alfaro, dude. This is fucking gold. You could have Gary
Bob.
fuck Sanchez.
I will have Will Smith. Thank you very much.
Will Smith is very good. And he's probably... He might be the top catcher this year. Anyway, he's probably like a 4 or 5. Do we think he'll hit 270? There's nothing...
No.
No?
He's only got 399 at bats, and he's 31 years old. So I mean,
269,
let's not.
273, 271. I don't know. What the fuck am I supposed to do other than look at the fucking stats?
I don't know. Hold on. I give him a 5.
Okay. He's also in a great lineup and all that shit. I don't know. What's his walk rate?
I don't know about that lineup. I don't know.
His walk rate is average. He's about in the 4 category for on base percentage too. I don't know. This slugging looks too good. Looks a little bit too good to be true.
Yeah.
I'm gonna knock him down to 3. I was willing to kind of play along with the other shit, but I'm not doing that. 17 home runs in his career. Best year was 10. He's probably going to be taking days off. I'd probably give him like a 3 for home runs or something. It's more like a projection.
What did you say for slugging?
3, I think. His numbers are 4, but I don't know, man. Bad speed. I don't really see very much power here. The numbers for that are definitely going to come down. About league average for strikeouts, it's a 4. But this is not somebody that you're going to feel real confident in selecting because there's a lot of volatility here. He's probably a 0 or 1 in stolen base. He has 1 in his career, but his career isn't very long. So
No, so his minor league numbers over 3,085 plate appearances. He
He's
bats
still a lifetime.
252, 340 on base, 339 slugging, less than his on base percentage, and a 679 OPS. So he's been pretty bad
Do they still have
in the
like Austin
minors.
Hedges or something?
I think so.
Okay.
He played one season in foreign. OPS was 550. Um, yeah, his all levels over 11 seasons, 702 OPS. He's been pretty bad.
How did he
Small
make it?
sample he's had in the big leagues.
How did he make
Hmm?
it to the? How did he make it to the majors? So 0 for stolen bases. Let's actually go ahead and probably knock the average down 1. To 4. Runs. If he had 24 last season. You want to give him like 2 and 2? Do you think he gets more RBIs or runs than Tyler O'Neill?
Not really.
Yeah,
Oh.
22 for Austin Nola. 8, 11, 14, 18, 22. Yeah. I'm going to step out and look at my mail real quick. I'll be right back. All right, nothing there yet. Will Myers. Seems a shame that it's taken us this long to get to him because I think he's okay.
I think he's great.
Especially if the team just starts hitting grand slams and bunches again. What the fuck? How do you spell this asshole's name? Okay.
1-0.
Myer? What the fuck? Does he have outfield eligibility still?
Yeah.
Numbers last year were really good. Or I should say not the numbers, but what I'm saying,
The numbers.
not like the number totals, but the rankings, I guess. The slugging, the velocity, all that looks really good.
The metrics.
The metrics, there we go. He's a career 250 hitter, 288 last year. Obviously, if he can hit 288, he's going to look a lot better than the rest of his career. But he kind of
He's a top.
flush around 250. Sorry.
Yeah, if he hits 288, he's a top 20 player
I don't think he will.
in any league. I don't either.
So, like a 4, like around 250. On base career of 329. Expected weighted on base was 392 last season, and he had 353. Exit velocity was pretty okay. Launch angle could be a little bit better, but was fine. Do we think he's average or below average?
Average.
4. Slugging was 606 last season, but he's a 447 career. The question is he who he is with that lineup always, or just last season? I don't know, so I probably tend towards the more like average range for slugging as well. But with extreme upside, especially if he has outfield eligibility still. I don't know if he does or does not, but that definitely makes it really attractive, I think.
Yeah, I don't.
What say you?
I think. Uh, I thought he was starting every game in the outfield last year, unless I'm mistaken.
I don't know. When I went to Statcast or whatever, it had him listed as a first baseman, but then I went into his profile and it said he was a left fielder. So I don't know. Padres. I guess. Well, yeah. Hosmer's gonna be at first, I guess, because there's no DH situation, so
Right.
he has to play the outfield. Okay. Yeah. Then he's gonna be really great. Even at the 250 mark, I think he'll be really good in the outfield. Do you agree with me saying he's about average in slugging, or would you?
I'd say above.
Okay. How much more above? His
Five.
expected slugging was very high last year, but
Yeah, that's
Right.
encouraging.
5.
Hmm.
Home runs, he hit 15 last year. He had 18, 11, 30, 28. So he was on pace for like 40 almost. If we expect his slugging to be really good, do we think that the lineup helps? Do we think 30 is his future?
Yeah,
5, 6? Let's see, 5?
5.
Yeah, I think 30 is pretty good. Apparently, they put up that building and you can hit home runs in San Diego or whatever now.
I think they actually moved it a little to the left. It's a joke. His strikeout rate is 27%. It was 25 last year, which is good for him.
34.2 the year before, so we'll take 25.
Yeah, it's a 3.
Stolen bases.
Our 3 range for the strikeouts is pretty heavy. It's like 21 to 30.
Yeah.
But that's
But
all
I
right.
think,
And then
I
30.
think it's appropriate because I don't think like in the 20s will sink your team. I think 30s and 40s will fucking sink the shit out of your team.
Hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
And like you say, it's a head-to-head, so they could strike out a lot one week if they're cold or not as much the next week. You never really know.
Yeah. And yeah, the higher it goes, the more inconsistent they'll be. So like when Joey Gallo is hitting, when he's having a good week or a good month, he's not going to strike out nearly as much. Most of his strikeouts are going to come from when he's cold. So
For
yeah, it's
30
going to change week to
20
week.
strikeouts or some shit.
Right.
He's got good speed, this man. He could probably get teens stolen bases, or even, I mean, he's had 28 stolen bases at one point in his career. In San Diego? But how high do we want to go on that?
15 is the floor, I think.
So,
I mean,
these
these
like a 5?
13 and 16 were not full seasons. So
Okay.
maybe 20.
5, 6?
Is it? Yeah, 5.
Okay. Runs? I don't think that will necessarily be a problem for the man.
No, he's going to score a lot of runs.
Yeah, I think like an 80-80. Like 85-85 maybe. It's either 4-4 or 5-5. It's a nice player, no matter how you kind of cut it.
I'd say 5 in both.
Okay. I think he's 36. Yep. Is Sean Murphy a fucking catcher, or is this one of those things where I think he's a catcher and he's not? Are you getting out the calculator to find out if he's a catcher?
Yeah, I have my Sean Murphy app. Here we go.
Sean Murphy. He's a catcher.
Big prospect for Oakland.
Was he?
Still is.
Still is. He had good metrics last year. Good walk rate, hard hit percent, exit velocity. He might actually just be a good catcher because he walks a lot. If he could strike out around league average, he could just be like really valuable just for the sake that he's a person who walks a lot and doesn't strike out.
Hmm.
But unfortunately for him, looks like he's like a 240 hitter or something, 230 something. It's like a 3, I guess. What was his expected numbers? Expected batting average last season was 217. He hit 233. So our average is somewhat of a struggle for old Sean.
That's a 2.
Give him a 2, man. On base percentage is real good though last season. Like compared to like how bad his average was, he had like 130 points just from his walks, which were 17% of the time, which put him in the top 3% of the league. He could be like a 4 or 5 on base percentage. I mean, if he hits better, there's better chance, I guess. Slugging 457 last year, 491 overall. Not a lot of data here. I would probably tend to think he's average or below average in a full season. Maybe even worse than just below average. But let's look what his expected was. His expected slugging was 479 and 440 for an expected of 452. So it's about average expected.
His slugging in the minors is 456.
So and
yeah,
exit
it's about
velocity
average.
was very good. Launch angle could be better. So yeah, okay. In 43 games, he had 7 homers. In 20 games, he had 4.
Mhm. His high in the minors was 13, 400 at bats.
And how many at bats?
395.
So is it like half a season about or something?
It's about 2/3.
So we're seeing about a 3 in home runs, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
He would have been on a better track than that last season, but there's more body of work in the minors. So strikeout rate is a 3. Stolen bases has not registered one in the major leagues. Are there any notes in the minor leagues on that?
He had 4 in 235 games. Or no, yeah, 4.
Okay, so this
So,
is a 0.
mm,
0.5?
mm,
We still have the opportunity to give someone a half point here, which we haven't done the whole time.
mm.
What's his sprint speed? This will be.
Never mind. He had 3 in one season in 2018. So, yeah, he's a 1.
Okay.
Or 0. I mean.
Let's see. Athletics. He's going to bat 5th? I don't really know what those numbers look like. They're really kind of taking a leap of faith because the career 22 RBIs. Do we think like 60-60? I don't. If he's batting 5th, things just gotta kind of happen, right?
No. There's nobody in front of him.
Matt
So,
Chapman, Matt Olson, or Mark Canha. Yeah, Matt Chapman, but also Ramon Laureano. There's people in front of him. Then he's got Moreland, Piscotty, Andrews, Anthony Kemp behind him.
yeah, I'd say a 2 in both.
Okay. If I don't get Will Smith, I might give Sean Murphy a try just for the lulz. 20. Mike Moustakas, the Moose himself. Moustakas. There were some good days in Milwaukee. However, his metrics are looking grim. How many second basemen do you think that are out there that have the 12 sprint speed, like the 12%, like Dan Ugla, head ass, face ass? That's fucking slow. All due respect to Mr. Moose, but that is fucking slow. Uh, 250 career hitter. Expected 259. Seems like a pretty solid 4 to me. Is that yeah?
Sure.
Sure. Base 331 last season, 310 in his career. Career 338. Probably about a 3.
3.
Yes, sir. Between 300 and 350. 442 slugging over his career, 468 last season. Expected 466 over his career. Do we think that he still has that in the tank? Is that what we're saying? I mean, his power is probably his best asset, right?
Yeah, he's going to be fine there.
4 or 5?
5.
Okay. Home runs. He had 8 last year, 35 the year before that, 28, 38. Power's pretty good. He would have had around only 20 some last year though. I would think that 30 is probably more around his wheelhouse, like a 5. His strikeout rate is career 7.6, but it was 11 last season, 9.1. So it's kind of upticked. So,
just last year.
Do you think it's a 3 or a 4?
I think it's a 5.
His strikeout rate? Oh, wait.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I was looking at walks. I'm dumb. Okay. Yep. That's good. Stolen bases. He had 1, 3, 4, 0. It's probably going to be the 1 territory. Very fucking slow. Runs. He had 13 last year, 80 the year before, 66, 75. I don't know. He's not working with a whole lot in that Reds lineup. Reds. Oh, motherfucker. Reds. Projected lineup. I think 5th behind Suarez, not even going to say the first name, Votto and Castellanos, with Senzel, Farmer, and Barnhart behind him. RBIs will be much higher than the runs.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he has 5, 6 RBIs and then 3, 4 runs?
Yeah, I'd say a 3 and a 5.
Yep, sounds good. 8, 9, 14, 19, 24, 27, 31. That ain't bad for being slow as shit. I kind of like Ryan Mountcastle. I was trying to help my dad in his other league last year, and I had kind of gotten tired of picking up young talent that wasn't really working out. So I told him about Ryan Mountcastle, and he was pretty decent last year, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And then he took him in our league, and I was like, oh, okay, thanks, motherfucker. But, yeah, we're going to have to go to some minor league horse shit here, I think. In the minors, he was a career 295 hitter. Last season, he hit 333. I would probably tend to sit maybe in the 285 region. You want to give him a 5 for that or something?
Hmm.
Okay.
5.
On base, 386 in the majors. At the minor league level, 328. Probably, I mean, his walk rate was fine at the majors, but that was in pretty limited showing. Probably closer to a 3. Slugging, 492 in the majors, 471 in the minors. So, once again, I kind of want to float that down to about 4. He's going to need to definitely play some more innings. But he had 70 career home runs in 524 games. He hit 5 and I said Baltimore, but I guess yeah, okay, yeah. And then he had 25 at Norfolk in 2019. I would like to guess he'd hit about 25. I don't know about his power necessarily though. So
Mm-hmm. 4.
okay, sounds good to me. Strikeouts. He struck out at 21.4%. In the minors, he had
I'm gonna have to get the calculator out.
446 strikeouts in 524 games.
It's about a quarter. It's about 25%.
So a 3. Thank you, calculator.
I didn't get it out.
Um,
Well, it's a little better. I didn't use the calculator. It's probably a 4.
okay.
It's about average.
He stole 27 bases in 5 seasons in the minor leagues. He's basically like 2 a year though, so he's like a 1 or 2. I don't know. Do they have a sprint speed up here? 78
Yeah.
isn't bad.
Yeah, I'd say 3.
Okay.
You think?
Let's see how god awful this Orioles lineup is. Orioles projected lineup. Yeah, so he's hitting 6. I'm not really sure why he's not hitting behind Trey Mancini. They have Chance Cisco there. But he has Freddie Galvis and Rio Ruiz, followed by Yolmer Sanchez behind him. Runs seem like they'll be quite low. 50, 60, I don't know. He's like a 3 or a 2, I think, in runs. That lineup does not instill confidence. They project him to have 76 RBIs. Mancini, Santander, Stewart, Hayes in front of him. 75 or above or below, or 75 you think is right on the nuts?
Above.
Oh.
Above. He's a good hitter.
5? You got him at a 5? Okay, 8, 10, 14, 18, 22, 25, 30. 8, 12, 16, 20, 22, 25, 30. Yep. We can almost see the light at the end of the tunnel, baby.
Last one.
You said the last one?
For today.
Oh, seriously? Okay. Are you just burnt out?
I'm a little tired.
Okay. It also will work because after we finish rating these, we can probably do like a retrospective or talk just about some people that we like or some of the ones that we didn't talk about on the stream and stuff tomorrow.
Right.
Sounds
Keep the
good.
people in suspense.
Wait, Dylan Moore plays first base? Okay.
I believe he's a shortstop.
Is this the same guy? Yeah,
I mean,
it's the
he's a
same
utility
guy.
player. He's probably got eligibility everywhere.
Okay. I thought he was
But
short, and then it said first base on Statcast thing again. Um, do we have to pull up the minor league numbers again? I don't know. It's gonna. He has almost a full season under his belt. The numbers are not great for his average, anyway.
um, started off okay, fell off.
Do we have him at a 3 or a 2 for average? What do you think? Let's look at expected. He had expected 189 and then 249, and a career 211.
Yeah, let's go with that.
So, 3 or 2? Or do we have him lower?
Two.
Okay. Base percentage 358, 323 for his career. They have him at 304 expected. I'm sorry. Yeah, 304. So that's a 3. Slugging 496 last season, 427. Expected of 335 and 459 with a 379 lifetime. That is rough tuggins.
Hmm.
Probably below average, I would assume. So like 3. Home runs, he had 9 and 8. That 8 in 2020 is a lot different than that 9 in 2019. So, but we expect his slugging to go down. So I don't know. Like, do you think 15 to 20 home runs?
Career high in the minors is 14 twice, so
2 or 3.
15 or less.
Struck out 27%, 33% the year before, 30.8 overall. That's a 3 or 2, and that's up to you, baby.
It's a 2.
Okay. Stolen bases, he had 12 and 11. Once again, 12 last year is a lot different, a lot better than 11 the year before because it was in 38 games.
Mm-hmm.
So
His career high in the minors was 42. He also
that's,
had a season. Yeah.
so he's got like 30 stolen base ability, I guess.
Mm-hmm. He can run.
Even though his sprint speed is not astounding. I don't know. What do you want to say? 6 or 7?
He's had a 6.
Good.
He's a major threat.
Runs, he had 26 and 31. Seattle Mariners projected. Fuck, I misspelled it. Mariners projected lineup. J.P. Crawford, Dylan Moore, Cal Lewis, Seager, Haniger, Marmolejos, Diaz. They project him to have 59 runs, 48 RBIs. Probably like a 2 and 2 for me. Like 3 and 2. 10, 12, 15, 18, 21, 23. Yeah. All right. I think he could possibly be interesting, but
Mm-hmm.
so we got.
Yeah. I mean,
So yeah, he might be like a late round dollar type player. I don't know. I don't know where they have him put in the grand scheme of 250 or whatever the fuck. So this is interesting because we're gonna have 180 players ranked and only what? How many are getting? How many players are getting drafted? 260.
mm-hmm.
So we'll see how that kind of shakes out in terms of hitters versus pitchers. But we got a lot of work done here. It's about we'll wrap it up and be able to tell you guys what we think and what we ranked and who look at distributions and stuff like that. I'm actually pretty tired too. This has been grueling. like it's been fun, but
Yeah,
on another side of things, it has just been. I mean, we've done this
yeah,
pretty much every day for like 3 weeks.
yeah. A lot of these players are not on my radar, even though I mean they're still not on my radar. Like they're not very good. A lot of these players aren't draftable, even in a regular 5x5 league. So, you know, but we've sorted them out here.
I mean, I don't know how much. In some instances, it puts something into more context. There were certainly more players who I would draft because I looked at him and I said, okay, like I was a hard no on Reese Hoskins because I hate him, but you can't be a hard
Hmm.
no on Reese Hoskins after looking at the numbers because he just walks too much, has too
Right.
much power. You know,
In our league, he's incredibly valuable.
yeah, he'll be good.
He'll
He's
be
a
one of the best first basemen in our league.
he's annoying for what he does, but he will be good.
He's never going to be exciting, but
Few
want to
people
win.
ever are, you know.
It's true.
All right, Mark. Finish up tomorrow, probably around the same time.
Yes, sir.
All right.
You
Thanks for
did great
joining me
today.
today. Yeah, you too, sir.
Take care.
You as well. Stream, thanks for sitting in with us. I played probably about an hour of Sinner's Mod, and I did this. I will be probably playing tonight, probably Smite as usual. Today is Monday. I don't really know. But I hope you have a good night. Thank you for everyone who followed on or off stream. I think it was just off stream so far, but appreciate you guys. See you next time, where we will finish up this tomorrow.